These are the Achuwa people, one of our planet's most remote indigenous groups. The Achuwa are an ancient dream culture still living in harmony with their ancestral land, nearly 2 million acres of pristine tropical rainforest in Ecuador and Peru. In the late 1980s, the Achuwa elders and shamans began having dreams and visions that a grave threat was coming to their people. The Achuwa soon realized what that threat was as they began to see what contact with the outside world and its thirst for oil was doing to the land and cultures of their indigenous neighbors. And so the Achuwa made a bold move. They reached out to create a partnership with the very world that was threatening to destroy them.
In 1995, a call issued forth from the heart of the natural world that was heard thousands of miles away by a small group of people in the modern world. In the summer of that year, in a remote village in the rainforest, these two worlds came together, and the Pachamama Alliance was born.
From the very beginning, our indigenous partners told us that it was really, really great that we were working with them in the Amazon shoulder to shoulder. But that was only half the battle. They told us that if we really wanted to protect their lands permanently, we would need to go to work in our part of the world. And as they put it, we would need to change the dream of the North, the dream of the modern world. A dream rooted in consumption and acquisition, without any regard to the consequences to the natural world or even our own future.
Out of our work with them, we came to see that we in the modern world truly are in some kind of a trance, living a dream that's threatening not only the rainforest and their way of life, but the health and well-being of the entire planet.
So in response to the request that came from its indigenous partners, the Pachamama Alliance created this symposium, Awakening the Dreamer, Changing the Dream, now being offered by thousands of volunteers in dozens of countries around the world. The purpose of the symposium is an audacious one, bringing forth an environmentally sustainable, spiritually fulfilling, socially just human presence on this planet.
The intention is that by the end, rather than seeing these as three separate issues, you see them as interrelated facets of one profoundly interconnected whole. And that you not only understand the scope and urgency of the planetary situation we face, but you also see that the possibility of our times is greater than the crisis.
The main purpose of the Awakening Dreamer program is to create a cadre of global citizens that are awake, people who are engaged in the conversation of what's it going to take to create a new future, and that also have the ability to see that the future is not something that's just we're going to live into, but it's something that we can actually create.